Hello, everyone. Welcome to Queer Lawyers Speak, hosted by LAGBAC, Chicago's LGBTQ plus bar association. My name is Adam Zebeblian. I'm a partner at Schiller, DeCanto, and Fleck, where I practice family law. I'm also the current president of LAGBAC, Chicago's LGBTQ plus bar association. And today, we have a very special guest, Judge Roberts, who is the current president of the Illinois Judges Association, and she's here to speak about her time as a judge, her legal career, and the Illinois Judges Association. So welcome, Judge Roberts.
Well, thank you, Adam. I am so excited that you invited me to be on Queer Lawyers Speak. It's a dream come true.
Well, it's an honor to have you here.
Well, thank you very much. You know, actually, just being here with you is an honor. You know, Adam, I've followed your career from a very young time in your legal life. I remember you at 26th Street as an assistant state's attorney, and then you left after 7 years and went to Schiller, DeCanto, and Fleck, and you're a partner now, and that's very exciting. I think that you have a lot of achievements in your life, and to be a partner at Schiller, DeCanto, and Fleck is quite an accomplishment. So, congratulations.
Well, thank you, Judge. Thank you. I appreciate that. You would think that my loan balance from law school would be lower based on all of those things, but it's not. But I appreciate that, Judge. Well, thank you so much for those kind words. And why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
Okay, I am Judge Mary Colleen Roberts. I have been a judge in the Circuit Court of Cook County since 2006. Let me see. I'm the mother of two adult children, 22 and 24, and my wife Allison White, and I live in a western suburb that we chose to live in because they were kind to people like us. And we believed that it was the right community for us to raise our children in. I've been an attorney since 1989. I graduated from DePaul Law School, and prior to that, I worked for 5 years in social services at Maryville Academy. I was a direct care worker, and then I even had the Roberts Home, which was provided services to girls between the ages of 8 and 18 who couldn't make it in foster care. They needed more structure, so it was a behavioral modification program, and very structured. But prior to becoming a leader in the Roberts Home, I was a direct care worker for boys in a diagnostic home between the ages of 8 and 18. And those boys also didn't make it in foster care because they had a lot of behavior issues, and they were involved with the law. So I spent a lot of time going to juvenile court, taking them there, bringing them back. And when I was in juvenile court, I realized, you know, if my goal in life or my career goal was to help others, I found that being a social worker or direct care worker to kids really wasn't having an impact. I saw the attorneys in that courtroom having the impact on the children. So I decided that it was time to shelve the social work gig and go to law school. And so in 1986, after thinking, I'm too old to go to law school, and being inspired by Georgia O'Keeffe, who started her career as an artist in her late 20s, I thought if she's not too old to start a magnificent career, I'm not either. And so I went to DePaul Law School and graduated in '89 and worked as an assistant state's attorney until I think 1996, and then I went to the city of Chicago for about 6 years. And then back to the state's attorney's office for a couple of years, and onto the bench in 2006.
Wow, I did not know you had that whole career as a social worker.
Yeah, just 5 years.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you have a big heart. You mentor a lot of people, and now I understand. You started off as a social worker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's quite impressive. So, Judge, what is the Illinois Judges Association that you lead now?
What is the Illinois Judges Association? It is a statewide organization made up of 1,250 plus judges who are active and retired. So we reach all the way down to Madison County and all the way up to Lake County, over to the Mississippi and the other side to Indiana. And we are a service organization. We serve the judges of the state of Illinois. We serve the judges of the state of Illinois so those judges can be their best when litigants come in front of them looking for ways to resolve their cases. We have 13 committees ranging from pro bono to budget. We have a wellness committee. We have a Meritus Counsel committee. Meritus Counsel committee is a committee that when a judge needs just some advice or just someone to talk to about maybe some bad publicity they might be getting, they can talk to a retired Supreme Court justice or appellate court justice or presiding judge and get some good counsel. So it's a big organization. We do many events every year, and it's really a lot of fun to be a part of.
Is it fair to say that the Illinois Judges Association is similar to the Illinois State Bar Association for lawyers?
That I think that is a fair analogy because it does reach every judge in the state of Illinois, just like the ISBA reaches every attorney in the state of Illinois. And as you know, being in Cook County, attorneys tend to be, they tend to, end up being in pigeonholes in terms you do divorce, right?
Right.
And there's attorneys who do just commercial litigation. But you go downstate and you have an attorney who will do everything: criminal, divorce, commercial, tort, malpractice. And that's the same as our judges. We have in Cook County judges who are pigeonholed into just doing specialty areas of law. Like I do commercial, but my good friend in St. Clair County, Heinz Rudolph, he does everything. He sees everything every day. So they're more like general practitioners, and we're more like specialists.
Wow, I never thought of that in the counties with less population, there's only one or two judges in the entire county.
Yes, and it's funny that you bring that up because while there's only one or two judges in the entire county, there could be 17 or 18, or when you say county, I mean circuit, right? There could be 17 or 18 courthouses that they go to. Maybe not that many, but it seems like they're going to so many different courthouses dealing with so many different issues.
Oh, so there's courthouses in some counties that aren't staffed with a judge all the time.
Right. That's where the word circuit comes from. Riding the circuit.
Oh,
so,
I see.
Right. So when the judiciary was formed, they had circuit judges who would go from county to county within the circuit to hear and resolve matters.
And we're in the Circuit Court of Cook County.
We are the first. We are the first Circuit Court of Cook County. Yes.
The First Circuit.
Right.
Understood.
Well, and actually, some would quarrel with me on that definition, but we are our own the own appellate district. Let me put it that way. And then the other 4 appellate districts, because there's 5 appellate districts, have several counties in it. But Cook County only has, the first appellate district only has 1 county in it.
And that's us, Cook County.
Because we're so large.
Understood. Okay. Now, you made history.
I did.
As the first openly female LGBTQ plus judge to run.
In the 11th Sub-Circuit. Because the person...
Oh, and when you ran for judge.
When I ran for judge. Because the person who made history being the first lesbian county-elected circuit court judge with Colleen Sheehan.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
oh, okay,
yeah.
So in your sub-circuit, you made history.
I did.
But you also made history by becoming president of the Illinois Judges Association.
That is correct. I am the first lesbian judge of the Illinois Judges Association.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. It's got to be a lot of work, though, running an organization with that many members, all of whom are judges, or retired judges,
right.
So a lot of personalities.
Right.
I say that with love. That's a lot of work. And you have obligations all throughout the state.
That is correct. That is correct. I got sworn in at the end of May, and the following weekend I was down in St. Louis at the Illinois State Bar Association annual meeting and supporting Sunny Choi, who got sworn in as president of the Illinois State Bar Association.
So, are there events that the Illinois Judges Association puts on throughout the state?
Right.
What are some of those?
Well, so for instance, one event that we're kicking off October 1st, and it's a members-only event, although we do encourage judges who aren't members to participate. It's called the Healthy Courthouse Challenge. And it's a month-long program where a judge decides that there's a healthy habit that they'd like to incorporate into their lives. So maybe it's walking at lunch, flossing your teeth, drinking 80 ounces of water, or maybe 50 ounces of water a day. Something that will benefit their well-being, because we all know that when we're feeling well and feeling good, we're just better people. And it's easier for us to do our job when we're in the right frame of mind. So the Healthy Courthouse Challenge has each member who participates will pick a habit that they want to incorporate into their life. And at the end of 30 days, if they've participated as they've committed themselves to, they'll win a prize. And the prize is, it's very unique and interesting. A couple months ago, a woman from downstate, the daughter of a retired judge who had just passed away, was cleaning out his home and came across gavels. Apparently, his healthy habit to get through, the stresses of being a judge would be to go into his woodworking shop after work and create gavels. Wooden gavels made of mahogany and cherry wood, and you name the kind of wood, he made them, and he made them of all different sizes. And she said, I think my dad would have loved for judges across the state to receive one of these gavels. So I said, well, we'll take them. Well, little did I know there's over 2,000 gavels that were gifted to us. And so now, if you participate in this Healthy Courthouse Challenge, because you're doing something to make yourself feel better and then serve the public, for participating, we're going to give you a Matosian gavel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. People, I think, view judges as having superhuman powers. And it's oftentimes a very stressful job, isolating, because it's just you making the decision. You're sitting for long periods of time. True. You're under the microscope. Your name could be put in the paper at any moment for someone that disagrees with you. So I think it's great that the Illinois Judges Association has really committed itself, especially under your reign, to doing this sort of support endeavors.
Yeah, well, thank you. And, I have to give a shout out to Eileen O'Neill Burke. She was retired Justice Eileen O'Neill Burke. She was the president of the IJA 2 years ago. And this little idea about the Healthy Courthouse Challenge, that was her brainchild. And so it worked out so well. I was determined to make sure that we did it again, and I hope it's something that we do every year. And
Justice O'Neill Burke, she just was elected, she's the Democratic nominee for state's attorney.
Yes, she is.
And assuming she doesn't lose to a Republican, she'll be then sworn in as the Cook County state's attorney.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we were talking about the right Justice O'Neill Burke.
Yeah, we are talking about one and the same.
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
You.
Very
Yes.
good. Very good. Judge Roberts, you stated you were elected in 2006.
I was, yes.
In the 11th Sub-Circuit.
Yes.
There's two types of ways you can become a judge in Illinois, right?
Yeah.
You can be elected or become an associate judge.
That's correct.
What are the differences?
Okay, so a circuit court judge, an elected judge, is someone who's elected either by the distinct area that you live in, called, like I live in the 11th Sub-Circuit. I believe they just added a few more circuits or sub-circuits. So I know there's 15, there could be, and I'm not sure how many more, but there are more now. And so you're either elected out of your sub-circuit or you're elected countywide. If you're elected in your sub-circuit, you're just running for judge in your community, which is comprised of like a handful of towns. If you're running countywide, you are running countywide. You are going all the way up to Lake Cook Road and all the way down south, as far as I know. It's even past Markham, because I know that there's judges that live and work in Markham. I don't know the exact boundaries of the county, but you get the idea.
Several million voters.
Exactly. We all know that the eastern boundary is Lake Michigan, right?
Right. Yes. And I don't think anyone's voting from the...
No. And Indiana, okay? I know those two boundaries. So you're elected by the people. And as a circuit court judge, then their vacancies come up, and in terms of their positions that are called associate judges. And the circuit court judges elect the associate judges to fill whatever vacancy that may come up. The associate judge's position was created in the early 90s to kind of help fill in the gaps in terms of the heavy workload that all the judges have. And it's a statewide office. It's not just in Cook County. I liken it to, you have your federal district court judges and magistrates, and we have and that's at the federal system, and in the state system we have our circuit court judges and associate judges.
And depending on the county, they have different roles, right?
Yeah, it seems like.
In Cook County, though, associate judges, for the most part, can do anything a circuit court judge
as
can do.
long as they have permission from the Supreme Courts, yes.
I see. So they have to have the blessing of the Supreme Court.
Absolutely. So I think that the rules is that misdemeanor cases, low value or lower value law cases, associate judges. But because there is such a need in Cook County to have good judges everywhere, and associate judges are good judges, as are circuit court judges, it's very relaxed. And circuit court judges and associate judges, we all do the same work.
So associate judges, just like full circuit judges, are a member of the Illinois Judges Association.
Oh, you betcha they are.
All right. Well, so how long is your term now as president?
Just a year.
It's a year term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, are you enjoying it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I am having such a good time.
I can tell, actually. You're yes.
Yeah. One of the things that I've been working on is kind of updating our website and our social media platforms, because, maybe 3-4 years ago, maybe even longer, we realized that we weren't reaching our members as well as we could, because we were relying on earned media, and we were relying on earned media, and we were relying on earned media.
What's earned media?
Like newspapers.
Oh, yeah, that's
right?
not. I don't even know what it is.
And so we contracted with a media organization. I'll give a shout out to them, Seraphin Associates, and they came on and consulted with us as how we could be more present in social media. And so we have a presence on Facebook, we have a presence on Instagram, we have a presence on X, formerly known as Twitter, and now we...
It'll always be Twitter to me.
Yeah, always Twitter. And we also have a website, but we always had the website. And this year we're improving the website. The website every day has some new improvement on it. Sometimes you'll notice it, sometimes you won't. But we're just, we're a vibrant organization. We live and breathe our jobs and our lives, and we try to be, of service to our members. And so, being out there, on the website, being out there on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, also known as X, is really important.
Yeah, it is, to spread the word, and it's important for the public to know that such an organization exists.
Exactly.
Many of the viewers will be residents of Cook County, and this is a statistic that I'm interested in knowing as well.
Oh, so, I can't wait.
Illinois Judges Association, did you say have
1,250 members plus.
Plus, okay. How many of those members are Cook County current or former judges? Is there a statistic?
I'm sure there is. but from the recesses of my mind, I can't find it.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to stump you, Judge. But
You did it.
sorry about that. But how many judges are there in Cook County? There's a lot.
Oh, how many judges are there in Cook County? 481 plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is a lot of judges.
Right, and that's associate and circuit.
And how many, do you know the breakdown of
I
these?
would say there's close to 280 some judges in Cook County.
Full circuits?
Yeah.
And then the rest would be associates?
Right. And if I am wrong, I'm sure Judge Timothy Evans will let me know.
Yeah. No, I think I've heard some statistics similar to that.
Okay, good. Thank you.
But but that's still an amazing number.
Yeah.
That is a lot of
Yeah.
members of the judiciary, and I know almost all of them, or a lot of them, are members of your organization.
Yes,
Which
they
is a
are.
good thing.
Yes, it is.
And since this is Queer Lawyers Speak,
Okay.
I'd be remiss to not talk about the Alliance of Illinois Judges, which you're an active member
I'm
of.
an active member and founding member.
Founding member.
You betcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the Alliance of Illinois?
The Alliance of Illinois Judges, we started it back in, I want to say 2009. So we're in our 25th year, right? 15th year, if my math is correct. And it was time. Sebastian Patty, Tom Chiola, Jim Snyder, and myself, Nancy Katz, and myself, we all got together and started talking about it. And we brought in Judge Sophia Hall, Cheryl Cesario, Lori Wolfson, Colleen Sheehan, and it was an idea whose time had come, and we wanted it to be a statewide organization.
It's the LGBTQ plus Judges Association.
Thank you. Yes, of course.
No,
yes.
I just
Yeah, I just named all the LGBTQ
Judges. Founding judges.
founding judges, and we wanted it to be a statewide organization. And we realized we were the first statewide LGBTQ plus organization, and we've been service organization to our members. It's really important, and I got to tell you this. One of the reasons why I ran for judge was because I felt it was important that people from our community saw that there were people representative of our community on the bench. My slogan was from the community for the community. And I really meant that. I thought that it was important for young people coming up to see that, it's hard being an out person, but by being true to yourself and being honest with yourself and doing what you know is right, and that's being the person you believe you are, being out as that person, you can achieve anything. And being a person, a lesbian, as a judge, in leadership, in state government, is something that everyone can aspire to. And I wanted to be a role model for people to see that we can do anything. We can be the best that we ever want to be.
And you are a role model, an excellent role model.
Thank you.
Specifically for me.
Thank you, Adam.
As well.
Thank you.
So that is a good way for us to discuss something we discuss with almost all our guests.
Okay.
Their coming out stories.
Oh, okay.
So if you wouldn't mind,
I don't mind.
Would you share with the audience your coming out story?
I will. So, I think it always starts, the coming out stories always starts with, I knew from an early age I was a lesbian, right?
Right.
But when I was an early age, for me, it was the 70s, right? And so it wasn't really comfortable to be out in the 70s. And so life went on, went to college, and got myself into a long-term relationship. And very shortly after that, a dear friend of mine took her life. And she was a lesbian. And she was closeted. And one of the reasons that she passed in the manner that she did is she had a very difficult time accepting herself or coming out. And when that happened, it was like a sledgehammer had come down on me, because I realized that I wasn't living my true life. I wasn't being honest with everyone around me, people who loved me, who I loved. And basically, I realized I was living a lie. And it was Louise's passing that made me come to terms with the fact that I'm a lesbian. And from that day forward, I have lived my life as an open, gay person, and best decision I ever made.
Well, and people forget, especially in Chicago. Chicago has made so many strides forward, while the rest of the country is actually making
I think you're right.
steps backward.
Right, yeah.
Taking steps backward. That in 2006, that was almost 10 years before marriage equality.
It was, yeah.
Before Obergefell was passed
Exactly.
or issued by issued by the Supreme Court of the United States.
Right. I got a funny story. So I was running in 2005, 2006, and I'm an assistant state's attorney, right? And I'm in one of these courtrooms, one of the big courtrooms at 26th Street. And this attorney, public defender that I knew, who lived in my sub-circuit, she comes walking up to me and she's like, "Hey, I hear you're running for judge." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And she's like, "Listen, I heard there's a gay judge running." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's me." So I guess I wasn't out to everyone, but then I was, So there was apparently a whispering campaign going on in my sub-circuit. Hey, there's a gay judge running for circuit judge in our sub-circuit. And I won.
And you won. And really made strides or blazed the path forward for all of us.
I hope so.
And so we thank you very much for that. It's just funny that was a whisper or even a gossip.
Right.
Now, no one would think twice about that in Cook County.
Right. They celebrate. They celebrate our candidates who are LGBTQ. And I'm so thankful for that.
But it's due to people like you that were brave enough back then to be who you are.
Thank you very much.
So thank you, Judge, and thank you so much for being with us
I'm
here
so
today.
happy you invited me.
It's a true honor.
Thank you.
And thank you for all of you for being here today, and we will see you again soon. Thanks.